This is a presentation of Northeast Streaming Sports.
What's up, everybody?
What's going on, everybody?
It's another NFC East show. We're in episode 42. We're in week 18, and we got the whole band's back together again. We got everybody here. True Blue, Pork Rind, Sneaky G, and the Philly sports guy in the house. What's up, guys?
What's going on?
Wow, somebody seems happy. You must have clinched the playoffs or something.
That's right. That's right. I mean, since you want to just jump right on into it.
Oh, my God.
You want to jump right on into it. Not only that, I mean, first off, how do you guys like the new promo? I spent all day on that promo today, and I figured I throw in good clips.
Yes,
I went to everybody's top 25 plays and chose plays. It was hard for the Washington football team to find plays against us, against like other NFC East teams. So I had to throw in that one against Miami and that one hit from the Eagles against the Saints.
That was brutal.
Was such a great hit.
They
had to
Taylor.
throw that in there.
I actually enjoyed it. I love the fact that you included the Super Bowl 42 catch.
Yep.
And then I think for a nice touch, you added the Super Bowls at the end.
Yep.
Yeah, I thought, well, first off, this is the NFC East. We're talking about the NFC East. We're the best division in all of football, bar none. Everybody else can bap all they want about the fact that, the NFC East stinks. Until they get as many Super Bowls as us, then they can start to talk. In the meantime, we got it.
I don't even think it's a debate. Because I remember in the 80s when pretty much every team in the NFC East, except for the Cardinals, because the Cardinals was in the East back then,
right,
was in the playoffs. I mean, there was like a 2-3 year stretch when that happened. So yeah, there's no debate. There's no debate.
Exactly. And even now, when we're supposed to still be the worst division in football, and we got two teams in the playoffs, baby. Unfortunately, they're the two on the top here, not in the bottom.
That's right. I don't mind being bottom. I don't mind. I mean, that's pretty different.
Let's work.
That didn't sound good. Let me stop.
This whole playoff scenario this season has just been coming down to game after game of which they should, but it's just been such a tight race overall between the other divisions that have been loosening up things with the NFC North and the NFC West that nobody's paid attention to that part. and all of a sudden, boom, the Eagles are in there, and to a lot of people's chagrin, they're just like, wow, how did that happen? Well, you got to play football.
That's what happens when you win games.
That's
like
it.
I said, I thought that we were going to go 9-8. I did not think 9-8 was going to make the playoffs, but I also did not expect that the AFC was dominate the NFC as much as they did this year. You know, it's interesting that there were a couple of teams, you know, that beat the AFC pretty handily, you know, and they're, you know, interestingly enough, a lot of those teams were the top tiers, you know, I mean, obviously like Green Bay and stuff like that. But for the most part, it's been mostly, you know, the AFC has been winning those games. So that's why 9-8 is going to make the playoffs. And actually, you know, we're not sure 9-8 is going to make the playoffs because it's still, well, I guess it could, because literally we're going to find out whether the Saints or the 49ers, interestingly enough, that the 49ers, who won, by them winning, got us in the playoffs.
Over Minnesota.
Well, Minnesota was out once they only had 7 wins.
Lost.
You know what I mean? So that's really where that came from. But the fact that the Saints, you know, the Saints, for some reason or another, had the Saints been in a 3-way tie with the Eagles, that's why we need the 49ers to win. However, the 49ers could still lose out to the Saints.
Yeah, and that's
right.
one thing I don't understand. I mean, I get it if it's like a divisional game, but how the hell does it affect? Well, maybe it's more of the whole conference.
It becomes conference. It becomes a conference.
If the Saints lose, then you're in, and if the Rams tie, then the chicken will lay the egg.
We'll get into that. The AFC has got a very weird situation that happens here. That, you know, the last game of the season is going to be the Chargers and Vegas.
Yep.
And, you know, there's a possibility that both of those teams that are playing in that game could make the playoffs if they tie.
Yeah.
And Jacksonville beats the Colts.
Beats the Colts, yep. I heard that one day.
Yeah.
Crazy.
That's, you know, so it's hard to play for a tie. And I guess you don't want to play for a tie either way because you're still division. But I fully, that's going to be an interesting Sunday to watch. Seeing that we play on Saturday, they moved our game. And, you know, a team that has not gotten COVID all season long, we go into Washington. I now understand why that the Cowboys brought their own benches, then the Eagles brought their own benches. I understand why they did that, because that stadium, thank God that the Giants aren't playing there this week, because the stadium could fall down.
They very well could.
Okay. All right, Larry, hold on. Let me get this moment right here. I am not a big fan of Jalen Hurts. Okay, I've said that. I've said he's not one of my favorite guys. Okay, but I'm gonna say this about him. I love the way he handled that situation.
Absolutely.
He was cool. He was calm. I mean, it could have went really more worse than what it was. Nobody was hurt, first off, thank God. And secondly, he took it as a moment to embrace the fans.
Yeah.
And for once, Eagle fans treated him like he was one of their own, although he isn't, he is an Eagles quarterback. But I just thought I love the way he handled that, especially for the fans, because that is a memory that those fans will never forget. And then you see him take off his towel. Well, I mean, you see him take off his towel, his gloves, his, whatever he could do to give to the fan. I was like, you know what? All right, man, you scored good with me on this one, but I still don't like you.
That's all right. They don't really like you either, but that's all right.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, I wouldn't like me either if I was Philly as many times as I. And you're lucky you're the captain now, because I can't show that picture now.
That's right. But anyways, So let's get right to it. Since we tore the house down quite literally, in Washington. However, it was a very close game. It kind of took on the same characteristics of the last game, that we started slow, came on strong towards the end, and I was waiting to get my football. I know that if we scored a touchdown in that fourth quarter, I was getting a football. No doubt in my mind, I was getting football.
You were there. You were there for it. That's for sure. We didn't have any touchdowns in our end zone.
Not one. Not one touchdown.
They were all on the other side.
It always seems to happen when I'm down in the end zone in like the first row. Yeah, never quite happens on our side. Everything's got to happen down the other end. But a win's a win, and I'll take it. So, and then of course thanking the Green Bay Packers for beating the practice squad, the Minnesota practice squad.
Yeah, I think they would have beat him even if they would have had Kirk.
Yeah, well, Kirk Cousins doesn't play well in primetime games anyways.
Well, he does have a playoff win. Hold on. Kirk Cousins does have a playoff win. So
it happened on Saturday at 3:00.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying. I mean, you said he didn't have any prime time, just giving him.
Yeah, well, that wasn't a primetime game. It was a Saturday 3:00 game.
But it was a playoff game, though. That's a primetime game.
That's not primetime. No, 8:00 on Saturday is primetime. Yeah. Saturday,
high pressure game.
They put that
playoffs,
crappy games early on Saturday. That's why you don't ever watch Saturday football. You watch at noon on Saturday, or you watch at 8:00 on Saturday.
I'm going to tell you right now,
that's just the crap games in college.
By what you just said, I better not see the Dallas Cowboys play on Saturday at 3:00, because then we already know that's a crappy game. By what you just said.
You know that won't happen. That absolutely will not happen.
No, they'll probably play on Sunday. Oh, speaking of that, are you going to be there, True Blue?
No, I'm not going to make it up there to that game.
Okay. You getting better, though?
Oh, yeah. I'm getting better.
That's good.
I just got too much trying to catch up and everything else that I've got going on. But I would love to be up there, but it's a bad week for that.
Yeah, bad time. Oh, tell me about it.
And not only that, the fact that
bad timing, not a bad week.
They fluxed the games. You know what I mean? Yeah, they flexed the game on
Saturday night.
And on Saturday, just so that here's what's happening in Philadelphia on Saturday. They have the Philadelphia Wings, which is the lacrosse team, playing at noon. They have the Flyers playing at 7:00, and then of course they have the Eagles playing at 8:15. So you want to talk about an absolute mess that's going to be happening. That's exactly what's going on. Hey, and by the way, you know what? I forgot to even mention this because I got so excited that we were all back together again. Well, that we are on Facebook, YouTube, Twitch, TikTok, Twitter, and it's our inaugural show on Roku TV.
Yes.
So we're on Roku TV. So everybody, smile big because
those of you that are watching from all those destinations, as Philly Sports Guy mentioned, if you can, go to Roku TV, search up Northeast Streaming Sports, and here we are, smiling faces and all.
That's it.
Although I don't think Pork Rind wants to be on TV because there might be a warrant, an old warrant. But they haven't found the bodies yet, so he's still good.
I think he's fine as long as he's got Echo's permission, so he's good there.
Oh, Echo, yes, she. Hey, she'll cut you.
You've met her.
Yeah. So the thing is, Echo and Mama Boss, they met, and I think they're forming an alliance.
Oh,
and I'm scared. Gracious. So all they got to do is meet your wife, True Blue, and it's a wrap. We're done, guys.
Yeah.
And you know what? There's two things that I'm missing in this equation: a beard and a wife.
Well, I was going to say, the flavor of the month for Philly Sports Guy, maybe they could form an alliance for the 30.
I don't know. It's what you got 33 flavors and then some.
So I don't know. Did you guys see the report that was put out by the NFL today?
Yep.
Reaching out to AT&T Stadium.
Yeah, as a backup for the Super Bowl.
Well,
That's right.
Trying to rig it already.
Well,
what happened? I did not see that
because of the spikes in the COVID. They're looking
the
at
policies that are out there in California.
Yeah,
the NFL reached out to AT&T Stadium and said, "Hey, you think you guys are ready for a Super Bowl if we need to bring here instead of LA?" And everybody says, "Yeah." So,
hell yeah, Jerry Jones. He heard the
Jerry's going to say no. Nope, I can't handle it. Nope.
He heard the dollar bills, y'all. I mean, that's what he was hearing that song coming in. More. See, Jerry Jones, I could imagine. There's a saying that Biggie, rest in peace. More money, more problems. But in Jerry's world, it's just more money.
Yeah. He doesn't care about
there's no problems. I mean, he has no problems.
He just wants to know which officiating team to send the check to.
Exactly. Right. Okay. Let's get this out the way. I want to talk about the Bears and the Giants game. I want to get this shit over with. It was abysmal game.
That turned into a snow game, didn't it?
You know what? I don't even know. I don't think so. All I know is I don't understand how Mike Glennon is in the NFL. First play of the game, fumble. What? Come on, Mike. Can you give us a minute? Can you just, let us get in our seats comfortably before you put the game away already? Hold on.
Why are they even playing Mike Glennon to begin with?
I don't understand how he has an NFL contract.
That goes to show you the resources that are out there right now.
The man was 4 for 11 for 24 yards. 24 yards. That's 2 first downs. I know for a fact I got at least 3 first downs in me. I know that for a fact. Put me in. Give me some helmets and pads. I know I can't wear
it for about an hour.
Are you rushing or are you fast?
I will. That's a given. And I need to be soaked in a tub of Bengay after the game too. All right. And I'm not talking like a small tub. I need a big tub with gallons and gallons. And I know I can't have the number 11 jersey because it's retired, Phil Simms. So give me number 11 and a half. Okay. And
11.5.
11. Yes. 11.5. And I mean, it's just now I heard he's hurt. I'm glad he's not playing, but I'm not glad he's hurt. Okay. But it's time to put the kid in. Do I have any high expectations? No. But I'm not going to say we're going to lose to the football team, Pork Rind, because I'm not going to do that. All right. I got some faith in my team. Now, and we'll go over the scores later, but check out the box scores. Hold on. Net passing yards. I had more passing yards than the Giants did Sunday. -10. -10. All of us combined. I'm sorry?
For the entire game?
Yes. Negative.
That's hard to do. That's hard to do.
So let me tell you this. Gentlemen, hear me out. All of us combined had more passing yards, net passing yards, than the New York Football Giants.
Put me in,
right.
Coach.
And total yards, 151 yards. So we fumbled 4 times, lost 2. We had 4 turnovers, 3 penalties. I mean, hey, we kept it down to at least we're disciplined. We're a disciplined, horrible team. We were 1-11 in third down conversions. And then this is where it's funny. The top time of possession, we had 29 minutes and 52 seconds. The Bears had 30 minutes and 8 seconds. Now, if I want to be positive, which I am, okay, the best thing I can say right now, Saquon had over 100-yard rushing. 100 yards 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 rushing. 1 I'll take that. To me, that shows that now the mental game of being injured and coming back, it's slowly starting to come back. Let's see. Wait, what did he say? What did he say, Philly? The Giants football team is bad, and the coach needs to be fired for his 2 losing seasons. I can't say yes to that, Gilbert. I can't agree wholeheartedly to that. And I've said this multiple times. I'll say it again. Look,
at first I thought he was talking about both teams because I thought there was he said Giants football team. I'm sorry.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Get a new name.
Yeah, combined teams. Yeah. But, it's funny. This reminds me of the old Tampa Bay team. And I wish Coach Judge would do this, right? When they ask about, how does he feel about the team's execution? Coach Judge should be like, that doesn't sound like a bad idea. I'll let that marinate a little bit.
Chris.
Yeah. What is? Chris. Yeah. Philly, tell Sneaky G he knows dang well we smacking them on Sunday. You know what? Because you weren't down here in Dallas breaking bread with me. Don't talk about it. Be about it. Tell Jeff he smells.
There you go.
Yeah. You know what? He does. He smells like cotton candy. I'm not going to tell you how I know this. I'm just.
That's my beard.
That's good breakfast right there.
In fact, it's funny because that was kind of the joke of the row. Somebody started to banter with me, and he's like, "Oh man," I'm like, "You guys stink." He goes, "Man, you must have COVID because you can't smell nothing." And I'm like, "I can smell you."
Yeah, Chris, funny. I got number for love you too, man. I miss you, brother. Miss you. We gotta talk sometime.
Going off those stats, that's pretty crazy that he net positive, no yards, 29 minutes of retaining the ball, and you didn't do anything.
We didn't do a damn thing. And I finally watched Coach Judge his post press conference. I still like the guy. I'm still rooting for him. To me, I don't want to be in a situation, and I'll make it quick. You know how the Browns fired Belichick because they moved to Baltimore? Now, I'm assuming they wish they would have kept him had he would have known that they would have had somewhat, you'll never know. It's one of those what if questions. Would have Belichick had the same success had he would have stayed in Baltimore? Blah, 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 right? I don't want to be in a situation where we let Coach Judge go to another team and then he blows up to be this NFL genius.
He ain't going to be.
Here's
the problem I have with Joe Judge.
But you don't know that. That's all I'm saying. Go ahead.
Here's the problem I have with Joe Judge. Again, you had the situation happening with the Washington football team. And he had to go bap in his mouth again and say, at least my team ain't fighting with each other when we lose.
Oh, and the golf club.
Because maybe they're content with losing is what the problem is, Joe. Maybe that's because your team sucks so bad they packed it in 3 weeks ago, Joe. Maybe that's why you can't get any passing yards and your team can't score any points against a team that's 4 or 5 and 11, Joe. Maybe you figure it out. Worry about your own damn team instead of worrying about everybody else's team. Because as of right now, you've got a whole 10 wins in 2 seasons.
Yeah.
And that sucks.
Yeah, tell me about it. And matter of fact, I think since the boat picture, we're 28-57 or something like that.
The worst team in the NFL.
Listen.
Literally the worst team in the NFL.
But hold on. Listen. We cannot keep changing our coach. We can't treat our coaches, and I'm only speaking about the Giants, not NFL as a whole, but we can't treat our coaches like iPhones. We can't upgrade every 2 years. They got a contract for a reason. I would say and the reports are kind of, they don't make sense. First, I hear he has a vote of confidence for next year, and then now I'm reading something that he's losing the locker room. But now I'm saying he's going to be back next. I don't care. We need some kind of cohesive unit on the field. And I believe, Daniel Jones is coming back and Coach Judge may be coming back. Now, I want to find that out Monday. This is what I want to know. and this is where our failure came into place. When Mike Glennon signed on with the Giants and we did not re-sign Colt McCoy, I said to myself, they must not think Jones is going to get hurt. Last year, Mike Glennon on the Jacksonville Jaguars, 0-5. He has not won a game since he was with the Bears, which he went 1-3. And I want to say that was in 2017. No, I got to look it back. I got to look back on his career.
Yeah,
and matter of fact,
it was probably 2016.
2016.
And then there was
a penalty
in 2017, and they actually made it to the playoffs in 2018.
It was a penalty. It was like, and the way he won the game wasn't the actual way you would want to win a game. But he was a starter. They won. But he's like 6-30 now? Because he's 0-5 with us. So the point I'm trying to make is, I wonder who signed Garrett. Not Garrett. Mike Glennon.
He would be called Gettleman.
And Gettleman will not be back next year. I mean, if that's the case,
and that's why I think that if you have Gettleman gone.
Oh yeah, Gettleman's retiring this year. Yeah, Gettleman's not going to.
You're going to get a new GM who's going to want his own coach, who's going to maybe want a new quarterback. You guys got 2 picks that are going to happen pretty early in the draft. I mean, I think you guys got the number 4 pick and the 5 pick?
No, we have as of right now, we're the 5 and 8.
5 and
were 5 and 6, but somehow we dropped to now we got 5 and we're back to 8. 5 and 8 now.
Well, that's because Chicago won.
Right? Yep.
Yes.
Had you beaten Chicago, you'd have had 5 and 6.
Yeah.
Could have helped your own cause.
But all right, can we talk about another team now? Shit.
Yeah, because we already spent way too much time on the New York Giants, but I don't know any point of that. So
he had a vent. He had to
see, and then that's why I'm wearing all 4 of our championship rings right now, because I'm trying to block out all the hate,
blinded by the light, wrapped up like a douche, another runner in the night.
One thing I did hear interesting, hearing these football conversations, those 2 picks right there that you're talking about that the New York Football Giants have. Would you be willing to give those up for Russell Wilson?
No. And here's why. We don't have an offensive line. Point blank. If we pick up Russell Wilson, he's going to be running for his life, just like Jones is. And then, God forbid, Wilson gets hurt week 6, and then we got Mike Glennon backing him up, and we're right back where we are.
Well, I was as soon as Philly said, blinded by the lights, that's New York City, and they're talking about there's a lot of stuff that's going to be going on this offseason with you guys, but
and there's a lot of things that's going to be changing. Wait, and then with Gettleman, and I'll end with this. There's reports that he is not a nice person. Now, with my medium or mild interaction with him at AT&T, I thought he was an all right guy. He was approachable. And matter of fact, when I gave him his props for the last 2 drafts, because look, not to how can I say this? I don't know what the word I'm looking for, but basically he's a dead man walking because he's going to be gone next year. I don't want to beat the horse. I mean, it's already dead. So you
were sucking up to see if you could get on the field passes. I understand what you were doing. No doubt in my mind that you had no
field passes are field passes. You know what I'm saying?
But
no, seriously though. I mean, I didn't want to beat him when he's already down. The man's already down. He knows his record as being the GM. But I wanted to give him his props on the 2 drafts, the last 2 drafts. And he said to me, I had a lot of help. Basically giving the people around him a compliment. Correct. For someone to do that says a lot about a person. So I'm not going to take it as it was a show in front of me and others around him, because, he said it instantly, without even hesitation. So I'm really curious. And it came from a tight end that was released. So I don't know if it's because, it's an employee that got fired and now they're bitter because they got fired, or if there's some validity to it. Matter of fact, anybody that's watching this, if you work for the Giants, please give me a call, 520-720-1714, and let me know if it's true. And I won't share it. I won't share it for a nominal fee. I won't share it. I'm kidding. All right, I'm done. Next.
All right. Well, so we haven't really spoken about Dallas in the last couple of weeks, so we'll let you have the floor for a second there.
Well,
they lost. I'm sorry. Was that my outside voice?
Yeah, we did lose, and we did deserve that ass whooping. I mean, our offensive play calling is just horrendous. I don't know what the hell Kellen Moore's thinking of. I don't know what this Dallas Cowboys offensive, team as a whole is thinking of. They just stunk it up these past 2 games. Even though we won the previous one, this Arizona game was just, that's something that we should have controlled from the very get-go. What I mean by the play calling's horrendous, we're not running the ball. We have 2 of the best backs in the backfield. Our targeting of our best wide receivers is just not there. I don't understand how you can walk up to the line of scrimmage and kill almost every damn play. Now, is it Kellen Moore? Is it Dak Prescott? I don't know. It's not going to be here neither, today or tomorrow till somebody decides on who's going to be doing what. But this coming game that we've got against Philly, I really don't even think we're going to be trying to play to win. I think, we're saying we're going to play to win. But right now, as it sits, I think if the game gets out of control, a little bit above, I think our guys are going to sit and just call it a day and wait till the playoffs.
Like I said, no doubt in my mind, I'll be 100% honest and straightforward with this. I fully believe that the stadium was not, cleaned well enough. And that's the reason why half of the Eagles got COVID. They went through great protocols. They never got COVID all season long. All of a sudden, they got COVID. And that tells me that happened at the stadium. So
you can't. That stadium is horrendous. I can't believe that the NFL, the NFLPA, has not done something to call to attention what the Washington football team has to do in order to make this better, because fans falling from the stands, water coming out of pipes, continuously,
shitty water.
Yeah, continuously on.
It wasn't poo water. It was rainwater. But what happens with rainwater when it sits in a dingy, dirty pipe forever?
Yeah.
With different materials in there like salts and bacteria and stuff like that, it definitely begins to stink.
Yeah.
Right. It wasn't sewer water then.
It was not sewer water, but it became sewer water because it was stuck in the pipe because the downspout was clogged.
Yeah.
And as far as that guardrail that did fall, supposedly it.
Go ahead, spit it out.
No, I'm not. It's in an area where it's supposed to be meant for wheelchair accessible. It's not supposed. It wasn't made for thousands of pounds to be leaning on.
Yeah, I could see that.
But at the same time, there's still
rail. But the problem really becomes
the security guard should not allow them to come down there. Bottom line.
Yeah.
Oh, that was in the stands, basically.
Yes.
Correct.
But I will tell you, when it actually happened, those guards did rush in for the protection of Hurts. They did,
Right, but they didn't offer any medical attention to anybody. Yeah. They didn't. Because you
could tell that they weren't seriously injured.
Off the field. That's what they were saying to everybody. Get the F off the field.
Yeah.
So you know what? That should. I'll be honest. That's a class action lawsuit. That is absolutely.
I can honestly see somebody be like, "My neck and my back. I need $150,000, but I'll sell it for a root beer and a piece of gum." I can see it. I could see it.
No, they weren't Giants fans that they wanted to.
No. I'm talking about that's Eagles fans. You know, because they were, my pee hurts.
You get it wrong, man. A lifetime supply of horse manure.
Right. Right, and then just call it good. See, and that's pork rind.
Yeah, I was about to mute you until he said something. And I was going to be like, "Now I got to mute you both."
Now, True Blue, about the Dallas game and the Cardinals. Now, seriously, for me, I had this game circled. Arizona was already on a 3-game losing streak. D-Hop is out. JJ Watt's out. I mean, they had their issues with injuries. They went from the top of the NFL. Now they're down to a wild card. I mean, they were the number 1 team in the NFC, and here they are as a wild card team with a winning record, and you guys could not beat them.
No, we stunk it up, and that's what I'm saying. Our offensive
to me, this is one of those games where I was like, okay, if Dallas wins, I'm a little worried. I'll be like, I'm a little worried because I had this circled because you got to go against the Rams, you got Tampa, you got Green Bay. I don't see, and again, Arizona. And I'm not saying this because I hate the Dallas Cowboys. You know, I got a lot of love for you, True Blue. But the way it's looking right now, you're going to play the Cardinals again at home. Now, I would honestly be worried as a Cowboys fan. And for someone as a Giants fan, I'm excited. And I'm being honest. I'm being completely honest.
Well, that's the thing. I've got to see I've everything that I've been reading, everything that I've been looking at, the offensive play calling has just been horrendous. Our time management has just been horrendous. Everybody wants to blame the officiating. Everybody wants to do this. No, you win. You don't have anything to worry about officiating wise. That's the part that's the part that fans need to realize. Yes, there are some blown calls. It happens to everybody, but you got to sit back, take a look and say, okay, it was 1 or 2 calls. That's it. That shouldn't determine my football game. If I'm good enough, I'm good enough, and we should be winning by 10 or 20.
Sneaky, you're
you're echoing.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah, you're echoing, Sneaky.
Oh.
Hey, so but to go back with what you're just saying there, I felt that McCarthy was not a very good coach, and it's the cream rises to the top, but the crap. That's what's happening here.
And again, the head coach has all the responsibility of what's going on. That's the part that's really upsetting to me is the play calling that's going on the field. Again, from the rushes, how we only have 30 plus rushing attempts in the past several games. The types of play calling that's being done. You look at the other NFL games and you see how the offenses are running. I watched the Cincinnati Kansas City game. That was one of the funnest games to watch because both teams were clicking, but both offenses knew what they had to do. They were putting people out there for wide receiver. The kid, whoever that kid is from Cincinnati, is a hell of a wide receiver. Chase,
Jamar Chase.
Yeah, that kid is an awesome beast. But again, I was looking at the NFL play calling around the NFL, and besides my team, I was looking at the Washington, I was looking at Philly, and it seems to be like one of the like for Philly, one of the things that I'm seeing is that it looks a little bit collegiate. What I mean by that, the RPOs, everything else. A lot more teams are trying to execute with that, and that's not one of my preferred, methods of playing in the NFL, but it seems to be working. And we've got to do something offensively on our side to start doing something to combat these guys and stop getting 3 and outs, because I'm telling you, that Arizona game was more than upsetting. We should have won that game by 15. But again, all the play calling that was done, kill. Every time you walk up, kill. I just don't understand it, because I'm looking at the play calling, I'm looking at the field, and I'm saying, okay, you killed it to run it to the ball to right where the guys are sitting at. It just doesn't make sense. So Kellen Moore and McCarthy, they need to start doing something better. The field, oh man. I mean, they've literally made our field from 100 yards to like 20.
So what do you think about the
of
fact that Zeke Elliott said he's playing this Sunday?
Yeah, he's going to play. I believe these guys are going to play, and I'm going to believe that, you know, they're going to play as hard as they can. But again, if it gets out of control, they're going to sit back and look at it.
Yeah.
And
well, I think the only reason why that they're playing this Sunday is because he's trying to get 1,000 yards. Because I'm sure that there's a bonus that comes in with 1,000 yards, and he's at 915, and that's the only reason why he's playing. Because if he had 1,000 yards already, he'd already be sitting, and he wouldn't care about this game.
He should have 1,000 yards already, but these, again, offensive play calling. And if we go into this postseason and the Dallas Cowboys can't even get past the first round, you better look at Monday. That following Monday, somebody better be gone. And I know who it should be, and I know who I want it to be, but I'll let that decision wait till then.
Text me. I'm curious. I'm curious as to who you think it is.
Well,
or who you want it to be. Text me if you could, True Blue.
What kills me is there's a lot of talks of Kellen Moore getting a head coaching job somewhere.
Yeah, well, yeah, they want him in Jacksonville. They want him everyone. One of my favorite guys I like to listen to is West Coast Cowboy. The guy says a lot of stuff that, you know, exactly how I feel. He's very articulate in the way he says it. And him and I have been on the same page with Kellen Moore. His offensive, he's some, you know, supposed golden play caller, but all I've seen is garbage. I mean, literal garbage from the offensive play calling side. You either know how to run an offense or you don't. It's not the types of plays that you're allowing your team to take advantage of. It's what you can do after the fact. And what I mean by that is that he keeps sending in plays that are just garbage.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. Young K decided he wanted to chime in a little bit. We're talking about how bad the Cowboys are, Young K. This is your Cowboys fan talking about how the Cowboys have been pooping the bed lately there, Young K. Kaysen. So you keep your like, North Carolina Heine up there, because you guys are going to get crushed. If you guys have to play Arizona.
I gotta say this. So of course I'm getting my heat from Cowboy fans, right? And I'll say, someone said, you know, how do you lose to the Bears? You know, there was a TikTok I did, and I was like, Mike Glennon, you know, that kind of TikTok. And then I'm hearing, oh, now excuses. And so if you guys, if you could do me a favor, go to Sneaky G-Man 11 on TikTok. I did a response to that that comment, okay, about excuses. And I'm just gonna leave it at that. I'm just gonna completely leave it at that. Now, one thing I want to say, True Blue, about Kyler Murray, he is undefeated at AT&T Stadium.
Yep, since high school.
Undefeated. 4 state championships, 2 games with Oklahoma, and now 2 games in the NFL. Yeah. So when I was talking with someone, I don't remember when it was, I said to him, I said, hey, he's undefeated. And I don't see them losing. And if it is a loss, it's going to be a close one. Oh, and I do want to say this. It was a fumble. It was a fumble.
Very end. Oh, yeah, most definitely. And again, I'm not going to leave it up to the officiatings with a couple of minutes to go when they should have did something a long time ago.
Yeah, and I think there was a confusion of personnel or something to where that one time
it was during and see, this is another reason that pisses me off about Jim Fossil, the special teams coach, is you have to be ready. This is the NFL. This isn't college. You only get 3 timeouts per half. Either you know what you're doing as a coach or you don't. Don't sit there with your thumb up your butt and then, you know, turn around and try and blame Coach McCarthy for your inept ability to have your special teams ready. Because
tell him why you mad, True. Tell him why you mad.
Oh, trust me, man. If you guys would have heard me Sunday, you guys would have been what the.
I wish I could have been a fly on that wall because I've never seen you like this before. You're normally like, hey guys, sometimes we're going to go out there. You're going to win. You're going to lose some. We're going to do our best. We're going to give 110%. Okay, that's what we're going to do.
I think.
And now you're like, you're fired. You're fired. You're not coming back next year, brother. It's like you went from Bobby the Brain Heenan to Hulk Hogan. Okay,
oh, yeah.
Like, overnight.
Trust me. I'm going to tell you the most frustrating thing is, and as fans, I don't care which team you're rooting for, the inept of coaching that should be done from the sidelines, that you see it firsthand, that they allow for their stuff, for BS to happen when it shouldn't. You're being paid hundreds of thousands, if not millions of dollars to be a coach. You have somebody there as an assistant keeping tabs on everything that you're doing from first to fourth down. And then here comes special teams. You have somebody there too. Guess what? It all falls back on the head coach, though. It all falls back on the head coach.
So
regardless. I could not agree more. I tell you, it angers me to no end when I notice something on the field. When I notice something on the field, I don't get paid thousands or millions of dollars to be a coach in the NFL. So if I notice it on the field, I'm sure the other team notices it on the field, and that means that play is going to go to nothing. And I tell you, when I coach the team better than the coach does, there's a problem. That's a real problem.
Now, imagine this: they have the technology at hand to see every play at a beck and call. You see these quarterbacks. You see, this is the most upsetting thing for me as a fan, seeing our when the QB screws up, whether he fumbled the ball or the guy didn't run the right route, or he ran the right route and he didn't throw it, and then he wants to sit there looking at a damn tablet to try and make up something for that everybody can see on the field, including his coaching staff.
Wait. So wait. Let me clarify that real quick. So you're saying, like, I'll say Daniel Jones. I'm not going to use Dak. They look at the tablet. You're saying they're just doing that for show?
Yeah, they're doing it for show. They knew exactly what's going to happen, because that's why you got assistant coaches coming over. Kellen Moore should come over and say, hey, this is exactly what happened. Let's take a look. But see, here's the thing. They want to make it look, and I don't give a crap what anyone says. These guys are grown men. They knew exactly what happened on the field. They knew where these guys were lined up. When you're the quarterback, you're the captain, you better damn know where every defender's at. Exactly where you're throwing.
I'm gonna push back somewhat.
Listen, but that's why Brady broke the thing, because it confirmed exactly what he saw, and he still did the thing wrong.
Exactly.
It wasn't the tablet's fault.
I think
it was his fault.
I want to push back a little bit on that, because it's hard for me to believe that. I mean, I know why they have the tablets, because remember they used to have the paper thing before, right? Correct. Where they show the different coverages and all that. Now, of course, that took the place of. And I mean, I don't know. I'm not in that position to see or hear exactly what they're looking at. But I'm assuming it's about coverages. It's about, third down and 5. This is what they showed. This is what we could do for the next third down and 5 in the same situation. Because I think that just helps the situational football. I don't know. I'm just guessing.
Well, that's what I'm saying. These guys come off the sideline and immediately look at a tablet, knowing damn well exactly where every defender was set up to begin with. They know the routes that they had. They know the plays that they had. And then they want to sit there and second guess themselves by looking at a tablet, knowing damn well what they should have called on the field at the time, because then they go out and they do it again. And then they do it again. And then they do it again.
Well,
and then people still have to sit there and say, this is why we fail.
No, that what you're explaining is what Mike Glennon does. I don't think every quarterback does that. Only if your name is Mike Glennon.
Well, look.
Well, you know what? The truth of the matter is that Dak Prescott does the same thing as well. So I mean, it's just because if he was a better quarterback like that, he wouldn't be running into the same situations over and over and over again.
Exactly.
I mean, he's been in there for 5 years now. 5 years he's been the quarterback of the Cowboys. You know what I mean? Minus a year because he got hurt. But he's had a full year. He was playing amazing in the beginning of the season. Back when they were playing tougher competition. Not that the Cardinals are not tough competition, but the Cardinals were on a 4-game losing streak. Not even 3. 4 games losing streak, and then all of a sudden, bam!
Oh, okay. Wait. So I misspoke. It was 4 games.
It was a 4-game losing streak.
Okay. I thought it was a 3-game. My bad. Good call, Philly. Good call.
Yeah. See, that's where I'm saying is that these guys know exactly what they're doing. They're grown men. They're their quarterbacks. You audible, and see, that's one thing that really gets me. If you audible out of a play, you better damn well execute it and not be stopped for a yard loss or whatever loss it may be or incomplete pass. That's the whole reason you audible.
You guys didn't play the Rams this year.
No.
Why the hell we played the Rams?
Because
I'm writing him a
letter.
I'm writing him a letter.
Because you guys were in second place. That's why.
Yeah.
And they were in third place.
Okay.
Yeah. The based on. I mean, we had to play New England again.
Right, because
that's right. Yeah.
Place. All right, so real quick, because we're running short on time here, let's go to the Saturday game where we have the Cowboys from Dallas coming up to Philadelphia for the 18th week, the first week 18 preseason game that there's ever going to be, with the Cowboys getting 7 points against you're still going sneaky here with the the over under is 42.5.
I'm gonna go. We have Micah Parsons is out this week. So far, how many guys do you have out this week?
12.
Wow.
Oh, you didn't? Did you mention Gallup being out for the year?
Yeah, Gallup towards ACL.
Yeah,
Gallup's done. I think, man, with our starters playing and everything going, I think, depending on the game, who's going to want to play and everything, I'm going to give this Cowboys 24-21 Cowboys.
I think you're giving them way too much credit for both teams. I think that this game is going to rival the game in the last game of the season in 2017-2018 season.
Oof.
And it's going to be ugly. It's going to be cold as hell. It's going to be cold as hell on Saturday night. So it's going to remind me of that game. I think it's going to be like a 13-9 game.
Yeah.
Oh, kind of like our game.
Yeah, kind of like our game, your game, but different. It's going to just be uglier, much uglier. And I tell you, here's what I hope. Here's the one thing that I wish and hope and pray for: that Zeke gets 81 yards.
He's gonna get 83.
Well, that's even fine. He can get 83 and miss by 2 yards. I want him.
You don't want the man to get his money?
No money. No money.
See that's another thing too, is this special teams that we've got. So
worse yet, he might even get hurt because he wants to play dumb.
Oh my God, you're putting that out in the universe.
Wow. Oh, well, hey, listen, it's not me. He's the one that's saying I'm playing, and everybody knows why he's playing, because he gets the bonus at 1,000 yards, and he's at 915. That's why he's playing. I don't wish injury on anybody, but I tell you, when you play stupid, that's when the stupid things happen, and it's going to be an ugly night. It's going to be cold as hell. That's when weirdo things happen. You're going to have like 12 starters not playing on the field which means that there's going to be people that are going to be in the wrong position at the wrong time.
Yep.
And that's what makes freak accidents and injuries.
Every time, especially with the weather.
So
Pork rind.
I'm not. Listen. I don't wish injury on anybody. So don't.
Oh, I know.
Right. No, I'm not.
That's what I'm talking
And
about.
to clarify, I just said that we're putting that out in the universe. That's all I'm saying. I'm gonna just say this. I'm not rooting for the Eagles, but I'm rooting for Dallas to lose. So
I'm with
that's
you on
my
that one,
score.
Sneaky. Yep.
That's my score right there.
I'm
7-0, Philly.
7-0.
But I'm not rooting for them. I'm just rooting for Dallas to lose. So
I say 17-14 Philly.
I don't know that.
So we all have the under.
Curry.
Except actually,
Yeah.
you have it over.
Yeah.
You have it over. True.
Yeah, I have it over.
Yeah, but
And-
everybody else has got it under. I think it's going to be well under.
And again, 12 players out on your guys' side. The temperatures. What are the temperatures going to be?
I think it's going to be like 24 degrees.
Okay. Oh, start time 8:15.
Better bring those heated benches.
So the other game, because we got only
Jerry
4
started.
minutes left to go, and we got to stick to an hour now because we're on TV.
Yeah.
Are we live on Roku right now? Are we live?
No,
or-
we're not live on Roku. We actually
Oh,
don't.
okay.
We have the
You could've been
Washington
like,
football
sure.
team traveling to New York. Thank God for that, because that whole building would fall apart. We're playing against the New York Football Giants. The Washington football team is giving 7, and the over/under is 38.
Oh, I see 6.5. Go ahead, Pork Rind. Don't worry. No matter what you say, we're still friends.
All right, buddy. I'm going to go the over. I'm going to say Washington wins 42-0.
Okay, we're not friends. Shit.
You heard it first, folks.
Can we just skip the game and just
There is no skipping the game.
All right. Well, hell, Giants 55-0 with Fromm at quarterback.
with Fromm? Hey.
With Hey, I could dream a dream, right? Shit.
Yeah, it's good to have hopes and dreams.
You could do
Yeah, I
something.
think that's more fantasy, though.
You know, I will say this. I think this being the last game, I want to say Joe Judge is going to get the guys going, and he's going to get them to play. Now, granted, it's not going to be 42 or 45-0, but I can honestly see it being like a 21-0 game Giants.
I think.
All right.
I think
No,
that
maybe
you've
okay. All right,
already
seriously,
spoken about- you've already spoken
21-17.
about how
or-
Judges lost some of the locker room. My expectation is that that's not happening. That they wind up pooping the bed again.
We'll see. You know, we'll see because I don't
All right.
think I don't think. But go ahead.
My question is how many touchdowns is Fromm going to throw to the Washington football team?
That is a good question.
Well,
And I
if you
wish
do-
I had a good debate after that. But we got like 2 minutes. Go ahead, Philly. What do you got?
I have Washington 24 and the Giants 6.
There you go.
We do have a good
Keeping it
football
under
pick.
30. Now, the one thing with all the leaks going on between Washington Football Club team leaking out their uniforms,
Mhm.
I better not see one star on y'all's uniform.
No, so the stars that we have, it's on the inside neck, on the back of the neck, and it's 3 stars, and that represents Washington D.C.
True Blue, we got less than a minute. What's your prediction? What we got?
Oh, I've got Washington winning this game 17-13.
And there you have it.
It's
So-
gonna be the last weekend, folks, of the NFL season.
There you go. Week 18. And next week we start talking about how they're going to celebrate being on the couch and how the Eagles and the Cowboys are going to go forward in the playoffs.
Hey, Sneaky, it won't be long, buddy. It won't be long. They'll be sitting there right there with us.
Right? We'll be saying the same thing.
Guys, and that's all I care about. So, everybody, until next week, go Bears!
How about them Cowboys?
Go football team.
And the playoffs are coming.